don't let him back into your life. Just cut these men off. Cut it off and cut it short, because there's no amount of feminine energy that you can tap into that's gonna make this man act healthy, act whole, and become worthy of you. Peace and prosperity, and welcome back to Earth's Feminine. My name is Asaya, aka Asaya Mystic, and in today's video I'm going to be talking with you all today, actually with ladies specifically today, about why you need to leave these red pill men alone. I was listening to a YouTube video recently where this young lady was talking about how, she was describing this man that she was dating that was, in a way not really pursuing her, but kind of acting like it. In the way she described it, I could clearly see and tell that this man was like baiting her into chasing him. But the way she described it was like, I understand how men can or are wired to be selfish in relationships, and how women are also wired to accommodate and things like that, and how she basically didn't want to be accommodating anymore. She didn't want to feed into men's selfishness in dating anymore. In the way that she described it, it kind of sounded like she hadn't fully realized or come to terms with what he was trying to do with her in that moment, or in the courting process. So I want to make this video because I want women to really be able to see, when you're dealing with a man who has certain belief systems about women, and how you can just catch it early on and then move on. Because I feel like a lot of women have this mindset of like, oh, if I act super feminine, and maybe not even act, but if I become super feminine, this man will want to pursue me more. And when it comes to men who have red pill mindsets or red pill ideologies, these men it won't be a genuine desire to pursue you. It'll be, an anger or like a resentment towards you that you're not doing what they think you should be doing as a woman. And so that's when all the like manipulation and weird games start to begin, if you allow it, right? So I'm making this video to talk about what dating a red pill man looks like early on, and when you get to know men who have red pill mindsets, what those mindsets overall tend to look like and feel like. So I want to say that the number one thing that highlights a man who has or thinks in these red pill types of ways is a man who believes that expressing any kind of healthy adoration, healthy love, healthy consideration towards a woman, and the nature of a woman, and the needs of a woman, and the uniqueness of what a specific woman desires in a relationship, if a man gives in to any of that, he is quote unquote a simp. Okay, a simp is this derogatory term created by men that is used to demonize other men, that it originally demonizing men that quote unquote was like pouring into, or are pouring into, women that don't pour back into them. Okay, pouring and giving their heart to women that don't love them back, or whatever like that. So it's basically still, even in the term simp, it's not even really the derogatoriness isn't directed towards men. it's directed towards women still. So even when men call other men simps, they're not even bashing the man. Still, they're bashing the woman, because it's an assumption that the woman is this heartless, demon that could never love you back, that could never be worthy of any of these things. There's no way a woman is worthy of, a healthy, like a healthy, almost fairy tale like love. And this is one of the number one signs that you are possibly dealing with a man who has a red pill mindset. So typically when men think like this, they have an issue with feminine energy being catered to, feminine energy being loved, feminine energy being respected, adored, okay? And they feel this way because ultimately they have an issue with their own feminine energy being acknowledged, adored, loved, respected. When I say a man's feminine energy, I am talking about his soul. I'm talking about his innermost being. I'm talking about the depths of his emotions, the depths of his emotional world. Okay, a man who feels this way about women also feels this way about his own innermost being. And this is where the grounds of all of the red pill rhetoric comes from, because there's a severe disconnection to this man's heart. This man does not have a healthy connection to his heart. So that's, the core of it, right? That's the core of these red pill ideologies, is this severe disconnection to their heart and to the feminine, and resenting this relationship with the feminine. Being in relationship with or dating a red pill man, he is going to try to bait you into chasing him. Again, these can be the sweetest guys on the surface, but as you get to know him, you'll start to notice that he says he's gonna call you back, and then he doesn't call you back, right? Or he says that he plans this date that you guys were supposed to have, and then he doesn't even follow up, he doesn't call, he doesn't text, none of that, right? All of this is like little subtle ways that men try to bait women into chasing them, because they know what they're doing. All right, let me tell you something right now. Men know what they're doing, and when they mess up, they know exactly what they did to mess up. They're not illiterate, they are not slow. Your 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, listen, I have a 6-year-old. She knows exactly what she did when she did something wrong. Children know when they do something wrong, they know exactly what they did when they did it wrong. Children know when they lie, when they are, manipulating you. They know. So does that man. He's not hurting. There's nothing that he needs to heal through. He knows what he's doing. Stop making excuses for him. So that's what they do. They try to bait you into chasing, never take the bait. And, if he comes to you with a genuine apology for not calling you back when he said he would, or not coming to the date when he said he would, and a genuine explanation and a genuine making it up to you in the form of liquid cash money, or whatever it is that he can offer you to make it up to you, then don't let him back into your life. Just cut these men off. Cut it off and cut it short, because there's no amount of feminine energy that you can tap into that's gonna make this man act healthy, act whole, and become worthy of you. All right, there's no amount of you showing up and batting your eyelashes and waiting and not pursuing and waiting for him to, no. So it's one thing to be feminine, but it's another thing to be a pushover and to be letting men walk all over you. If he said he wasn't going to call you back, and he said he was going to call you back, and then he calls you back, right, weeks later, you need to let him know, listen, you said you was going to call me back. You called me back 2 weeks later. I don't talk to men past, 3 days, right? You ain't talked to me 3 days. I'm done with you. Sorry, that's it. We can't talk no more. Goodbye. Don't keep kikiing and ha-haing with people who are showing you their character. All right? Don't dismiss their character by sitting there and saying, I know that men are wired to be selfish and relate. Not with you. They could be wired that way everywhere else, not with you. Start realizing that feminine energy is much more than just leaning back and being a receiver. It's also about being who you are in totality. It's also about, in that receiving energy, you are a magnet. And to be magnetic, you must be embodied in who you are, in who it is that you truly are, which we call, like, living in the end and the desired result and whatever. But you must live in the end. And so again, this is what I'm going to be teaching in my program, Valued and Worthy, how to live in the embodied state of who it is that you truly are, your dream self, but really your true self, okay? The woman that you know that you truly are, the wealthy, abundant, truly, deeply loved and cherished woman that you truly are, stepping into that self-concept 100% and allowing your manifestations to come to you as a byproduct. So I'm really excited for this program, and let's see, is there anything else that I need to talk about when it comes to red pill men? So I guess that all in all, the thing that I want to really, the core thing that I really want to get at is the resistance to power that red pill men have. Red pill men do not like true power. They like false power. The false power that looks like control, oppression, domination. Or if it's not going in that extreme, they like the action power more than the emotional power. They like the effort power more than the intuitive feeling power that is embodied within a woman. They trust that power more than they trust the emotional power. And so then that causes them to resent the power within themselves that lies within or rests within their emotions. And so they project that out onto women, and they act as though they have no power when it comes to women, or they act like they have all the power when it comes to women, and neither is true. So red pill men are some of the most disempowered men I have ever met, as far as their beliefs and the way that their life tends to look. Even if they are materially successful, there's typically like a timeline to that. It's not sustainable, and their other areas of their life are just not they're not ideal, and there's nothing that any healthy man would want to trade places with, trust me. So, all right, my loves, make sure that you, if any of what I have described is resonating with you, please make sure that you are not entertaining men that subconsciously resent you, and choose to be done with that energy. And when you choose to be done with that energy and step into your full love and admiration for yourself, one out of two things are gonna happen. These men they're just gonna fall out of your life on their own. Right? Just how I did that example of, you know, I don't talk to guys after 3 days I haven't heard from you, you know, that's it, we not talking, you know. He's just gonna fall off, right? Or what'll happen is he'll really want to understand what it is that's stopping you both from coming together, and he will learn to become a better man. He will learn to shift his ideals and his ways of thinking. The knowledge that he needs so that he can become in alignment with himself and open up his heart again will come to him, and he will become a better man. Okay, but that's nothing that you need to wait on. You keep loving yourself first and foremost. All right, my loves, thank you so much for watching this video. I am so happy to all of you who have made it to the end, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace.